Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the Vapid Ellie in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing is on sale this week for 50% off, which is a pretty massive discount for any vehicle, and for this thing it makes it really cheap. So we're customizing this today. I don't think I've ever customized this car on my channel before, so I'm excited to do this. We're starting off with the armor as usual. We gotta go all the way up on that. The brakes gotta go all the way up on those as well. For the front bumpers, we do have a few options here. We got the standard splitter and the painted splitter. I don't really like the look of it, so I'm not gonna put it on. For the engine, we are gonna upgrade that all the way. We're gonna need that. This thing does have engine resistance, sadly. For the exhaust, we do have a few different options here. We got some side exits that we can do. We can do the stock exhaust with a different hood. That's kind of interesting how it affects the hood. We've also got the side exit with that hood as well. We have the sacrilegious hood with the blower and the exhausts on the back. We got the blower number 2 here. We got the sacrilege with exhausts again and sacrilege with exhausts 2. I kind of like the stock hood and I don't mind the stock exhaust, so we're gonna leave it stock too. For the headlights, we are gonna go xenon. For the livery, we can go for the classic twin black stripe. I do like the look of that. We got the white stripe as well. We have the number 8 classic race. We have the number 7 track day. The number 187 vintage vapid. I do like that a lot, actually. We have the number 9 debonair, number 53 classic vapid. We have number 60 dense, number 1 globe oil. We have number 18 homogena. Okay, and back to stock. I think that what I'm gonna do is go for the classic twin black stripe on this thing. For the plate, we are gonna go yellow on black on that. For the respray of the car, we only have one option here, so we gotta choose a color that's gonna look good with the black here. I was thinking about going for a red with the black racing stripes. I do think that that would look pretty cool. I was thinking of a Cabernet red because it's a little darker, it's a little harder to see, but I feel like it looks pretty good, so we could go for that. We're not gonna settle on it right now. Of course, we also have orange that we could go for, which all look really good. All the oranges look good. Yellow, of course it's gonna look pretty good. Do yellow especially looks really good, I feel like. We also have all the greens, of course. We have all the blues as well. It's basically, I kind of want to go for something that's brightly colored, but I don't want to go for an ultra blue or a racing blue because I feel like that's basic. So I think we're gonna go for a Cabernet red on this car. I do really like the look of that, so we'll do that. For the sun strip, we can add this onto the car if we so choose. I do like this one, says Vapid Motor Company. That is cool, but I don't really want to add it on my car, so we're just going to leave it off. For the suspension, we are going to lower that down all the way. For the transmission, we got to equip that. The turbo, we got to equip that as well. For the wheels, I want to go for something in the muscle category, I think. I do like the Krakas. I feel like they look really good with this car. So we could go for those. I feel like, isn't there something in the track category that's like the Krakas, but they're like a bit different? Maybe I'm wrong. I think I am wrong. Maybe it's in the street category. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Kraka Customs. I like these a lot, so I'm gonna go for those. For the color, we are gonna paint them black. Ooh, I don't like how those look. They've got too much kind of chrome going on here, so we gotta go back, actually. We gotta go to the muscle category. Let's see. Okay, the regular Krakas look a little bit better, so we'll actually go for those. For the tires, we are gonna go bulletproof, of course. And for the windows, we are gonna tint those all the way out. Now that's it for the Vapid Ellie's customization. It's kind of disappointing. There's not that much that we can actually do to this thing. I might go ahead and add the front splitter onto this car, actually. I don't know if I like it, though. No, I don't like it, so we're just going to leave it off. We're going to take it down to the ground. We're going to do a sound test and a full review on the car now. All right, here we are at the ground. Let's take a listen to the Vapid Ellie. This thing sounds pretty good. It does kind of have like a bit of a rolling backfire, which is cool. That is, of course, due to the engine resistance that this car has generously come equipped with. Now, the engine resistance has been sort of fixed on all of the cars that had engine resistance. I believe they all came out, I think it was the After Hours DLC, but it could have been a different one. They all came out in basically one DLC, and all the cars that came out in that DLC had engine resistance. basically slows the car down, makes it rev way too high and shift way too late. Now what they've done is they've made it still rev really high, but it shifts a little bit earlier, so it's kind of a bit of a fix for engine resistance, but it's not a full-blown fix, let's just say that, I guess. Now it's time to talk about the Ellie and if it's actually a good car or not. Now the engine resistance is definitely quite off-putting, I will say that initially, because this thing, it's quite slow. I'm at full acceleration, and it's you know, it's accelerating, but it's not accelerating very quickly. Now I have heard if you put low grip tires on all of the engine resistance cars, they go insanely fast in a straight line, but of course if you put low grips on, you're not going to go around any corners. That would be absolutely detrimental to the LE, because I don't think that this thing can really go around corners very well. Of course, it doesn't have a spoiler option, which is rather annoying, because that could maybe improve its ability to go around corners, but it didn't come with an option to actually change anything on the spoiler, so that is quite annoying. Now the handling, it's not all terrible. It's good until it's not. Like when you're going into a corner, the handling's okay, it's okay, and then it's just not. The back end just slips out on you. Now it's pretty manageable, I have to say. It is a controllable oversteer, that's for sure, but it's rather annoying to deal with, because it comes at a point where you're in the corner too far, and then all of a sudden the back end just comes around, and it can just kind of mess with you a little bit. It oversteers a little too much, and it's a little bit too challenging, I feel like, to actually get the back end of this car to, you know, go where you want it to go, which is quite annoying, because I really do like the Vapid Ellie. I am a big fan of old muscle cars, and especially old Mustangs, but the Vapid Ellie is just not that great of a car. Between its engine resistance and its pretty bad acceleration, and then its pretty bad handling as well, it's also got a piss weak top speed, because of course it has engine resistance, so it's gonna have a weak top speed. It's got weak handling, it's got weak acceleration. Overall, the car is just very weak. Now the question is, this thing is pretty cheap, and also it does have a trade price that you can unlock for it. And while this thing is discounted for 50% off, is it worth it? Because this thing cost me less than $300,000 to actually buy. I'd say for 300 grand, it's a really nice car to look at in your garage. However, I wouldn't say that it's a very nice car to drive. As unfortunate as that is, and as much as that pains me to say, the Vapid Ellie is just not a very good car. For 300k, it's okay, but in any other metric, like if price was not a factor, I would say don't buy this car. However, for the price being as low as it is, I mean, it is kind of okay, but still, I feel like there's cars that you can get for like 100 grand that will outperform the Ellie in pretty much every single aspect. So it's unfortunate, but I don't think that I'm going to be recommending you guys to pick up the Ellie this week, even though it's 50% off. If this thing is not on sale when you're looking into buying the Ellie, I would say don't buy it. It's just not that great of a car, unfortunately. It looks great, but that's pretty much it, sadly. I wish that the Vapid Ellie didn't have engine resistance. I feel like it would be a tolerable car if it simply just didn't have engine resistance, but of course it does. So unfortunately, this is not a car that I'm going to be recommending you guys to pick up this week. So that's pretty much it for the Vapid Ellie customization and review in Grand Theft Auto Online, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.